Should you break up with your partner if you are having an awakening and they are not? Hi, I'm Tim. This is Selfless Awakening, where I talk about this kind of stuff: personal growth, mindfulness, spirituality, self-help, all that kind of stuff. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe, click the little notification to stay up to date with my latest videos, all right? Okay, so here we go, this topic. This is a topic that's come onto my radar quite a bit, which has given me the intuitive thought of, man, I guess I need to do a video about this. One client that I work with in my business is having this experience of awakening, and she's backing away from dating a guy that she was dating, who's not anywhere on the path of awakening and inner discovery. And also I was just on Facebook, and I saw in one of the Facebook groups for spiritual awakening that someone posed this question. It comes up a lot. So I just wanted to give you my take on it. All right. So here we go. These are the things we have to look at. We have to look at what are you looking for with a relationship? What's the point of having a relationship? You know, because we got to kind of look at that. Like, once you start to awaken, what's the goal with a relationship? We have to look at, is it possible to stay with someone if you are waking up and they're not? Okay. Also, we have talked about, when is it time to break up? Right? That's a big topic here. And also, we have to talk about this thing called intuitive guidance. Okay. Because as you start to awaken, you start to tap into a better decision-making process in that you didn't know you had. And that really helps you kind of navigate your way through life. So until you feel tapped into intuitive guidance, you're gonna need to use your brain a bit, okay? And that's what this video is about. So the first thing, let me just say this: is it possible? Is it possible if you're waking up and you're like having this sadness because you feel like maybe you're not connecting with your partner around the things that are really lighting you up now? Is it possible to stay with a person? Absolutely, it's possible. Listen, here's the thing. The thing with awakening is it teaches you how to be at peace in any situation, okay? You can still be the blissful, deep awareness, no matter in what situation you're in. But that doesn't mean that you should stay in situations that are unhealthy for you or are no longer serving you. So, can you be with someone? Yes, but not if they are a hindrance to your own awakening process, meaning that they're kind of keeping you down, they're keeping you under the thumb, or they're picking on you for meditating, or they're they're just not respecting your process and allowing you to do your process, but they're kind of trying to bring you back down into synchronization with their type of thinking. You want to get out of that situation. Time to break up is now if you're in that situation, okay? But if you're with a partner who they're not practicing awakening and mindfulness and spirituality, and they're not doing that stuff, but they're peaceful, and they love that you're practicing spirituality, and they support you on that, and they're there for you, that may not be a situation where breaking up is right. In fact, it probably won't be, okay? Because there are lots of people in the world that are not awake, you know? Now, here's the thing. It's not ideal. That's the problem. You could have a joyful life with someone who's not waking up. You definitely can. You do need to connect with people that are waking up when you're waking up. That is super important. You don't necessarily need to do it at home in your life partner, but it's way better. It's way better if you get the opportunity to do that. And I encourage you to prioritize that. Let me tell you a story. When I first got divorced, I was, which was like, was it 4 or 5 years ago now? I noticed that, like, I was like, oh my God, I'm single. And in that relationship, by the way, my partner was not into the awakening, the meditating, the inner discovery. And my ex-wife wasn't, and we got divorced, and it wasn't necessarily because of that, but that was definitely a part of it. Okay. And then as I started to date, I just was like, what am I, I'm single. What do I do? And I was I went back into ego. I went into, oh my God, I'm single. I didn't even know, being single at the time, if I was going to be able to meet anybody. I didn't know because I was almost 40, and I thought, what's the dating scene like at that age? Like, I just didn't know. I didn't realize there's a lot of dating that's going on now. But I didn't know that. And so I was doing a lot of dating with people that was just about attraction. It was just, it was a lot of that. And it wasn't about connecting on the spirituality and mindfulness. And it was fun for a while. And then I realized it didn't work for me. Like I slowly started to shift away from like Tinder and Bumble and these apps that were connecting me with people that was very superficial. And I started using an app called Meet Mindful. And that was a great app that I started to use, which helped me. It's where I met Jesse. It's where I met my partner that I'm with right now. And we came together under the idea, very specifically, that we're tired of dating people that are not awakening or on the path of personal growth or on the path of enlightenment, whatever that looks like. And it doesn't have to be that you have the same language. Jesse's super into A Course in Miracles. I'm very into more of like Buddhist type meditation stuff combined with the law of attraction, And it's not that we aren't not that we don't overlap a lot, because I find A Course in Miracles fascinating, and she meditates as well. So we have a lot of crossover, but our primary awakening processes are different. And it's really, that's what is ideal. It's ideal if you've got someone who's dedicated to the path of awakening and growth and inner discovery the same way that you are. And that's it. And it's going to take them on their own journey. But you together, that's the ideal situation, because you light each other up. And also, here's another important thing you have to keep in mind. When you're with anyone, look up the neuroscience of it. There was an amazing study where brains of people that are together, they function the same. They look the same on brain scans. Like, I forget the neuroscientist I was listening to exactly. It was somebody on Tom Bilyeu's Impact Theory. And he was talking about how when people you can tell by doing a brain scan of a whole room when people are talking to one another. The people that are talking to one another's brain chemistry, brain waves look the same. So you could see, those three people in the room are talking to each other, and those three people in the room are talking to each other just by looking at their brain scans. Isn't that trippy? Like, that's crazy to think about. What does that mean, though? That means that when you're talking and you're with someone a lot, you're thinking like them. You're wiring your brain like them. So what happened to me in my process of awakening when I was with my ex was I had a huge awakening at 30. She was not into it at all. And I'm not blaming her for it. This is, I went back under on my own accord. Huge awakenings, meditating, couple hours a day, bliss, feeling one with the universe, all of these discoveries. I went back into unconscious obsessiveness, overly working on my music. Like, I really went under again after awakening, and then popped way awake after that. And so it was one of those things where I was with her a lot, and my mind started to go back to wiring of, why am I doing this? Why am I meditating? What's the point of this? That's the power of having a relationship based around awakening, is you pull each other through. Because, it's not every moment that I am completely in alignment with my pure inner self. And it's not every moment that my partner is either. But we're committed to this path together. So when we come together to work on our shit, work through stuff that comes up, we're doing it from a place of, I am not my thoughts. In fact, I'm not even this thought that's pissed off at you right now. I'm the awareness of the thought, It's like you learn these tools, and it's not I just want to say, I don't want to act like I've got it all figured out, because I don't, and Jesse doesn't either, my partner, and we still have moments where emotions come up that we're like attached to, and we're like, oh shit, I'm sorry I said that, like we're not purely just walking around like witnessing our egos as if that we're not believing we are them yet. Maybe we won't be in this lifetime, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is to be on the path, okay? And there we go. I think I've talked about this enough. This is like 10 minutes in. I hope this gave you some ideas of things to think about. It is possible to be with someone. You don't have to leave them. If they're not messing with your awakening, give it a shot. If life is pulling you apart, listen to intuitive guidance. That's going to be the key to help you know what to do next, okay? All right, so there we go. 10 minutes in on this topic. I think I'll stop there. Hope that helps. Leave some comments on what you're doing in your process if you're having this experience. Maybe help someone else out, okay? And don't forget to subscribe if you're catching this on YouTube. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.